Greetings to you from wherever you're watching us, from any part of the world that you're watching us tonight. This is the Friday edition of Sports Tonight. I'm Yemi Adebayo. It promises to be an exciting one tonight on the show. A lot of things happening. The draws for the 2018 African Nations Championship currently going on. We hope to be able to bring that to you if the draws get concluded on time, so the home Eagles will know their opponents. Well, on the show tonight, we'll be talking about the Swedish Open. Aruna Kodri making us proud right there in Sweden. We will also talk about the big one tomorrow for the girls. The Falconets, Nigeria's female on the 20 side, will be taking on Morocco. They need to cross that hurdle and get into the final round of the qualifiers for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. We will also travel abroad tonight and take a look at what's happening in the English Premier League. A lot of interesting fixtures for you in that war. And of course, you know, it's Friday. We also always give you a slice of bar sports. Tonight is going to be chess all the way. Babatunde Ogunshiku will join us later on the show to tell us what is happening here in Nigeria, on the continent and across the world. We will do that. Let me quickly bring you into all that we're doing. We want you to know that you're crucial to us. You are an integral part of this show. So let's begin by telling you how you can be a part of the show tonight. Well, you can get across to us on Facebook, Channels iPhone Sports. You can do that as well on Twitter, channels_sports. We always tell you that that handle is verified. So keep the conversation going. Talk to us tonight on the show. Talk to us about just anything in the amazing and exciting world of sports. All right, let me quickly introduce my partner to you. It starts off the show with me tonight. So let me quickly let you know his name while you are trying to send in your messages either on Facebook, on Twitter. If mail is your thing, you can send us a mail as well. I have the pleasure of having with me tonight Kayode Ahmed. He's a sports journalist in a reputed media broadcast station in Nigeria. But Kayode, are we doing this for the first time?
My first time, yeah.
Okay. Let me welcome you to the show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, so where do we start from? I think it's only fitting that we start with Aruna Kodri. Making us proud right there in Sweden. He has progressed to the next round now. I mean, step after step, Aruna Kodri doing the business against players, I mean, ranked above him.
No doubt. He discovered himself in glory at the Swedish Open and defeating 12th seed, world number 17, who is 10 plates higher than him, says a lot, and it was in convincing fashion, defeating him 4-0. And to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Of course.
Now he's going to meet Fan Zhendong, world number 2.
Yeah.
The prowess of Aruna Kodri has never been in doubt. He won the star player in 2014, and it's been higher ever since. He got to the quarterfinals at the Rio 2016 Olympics. Yes, there's been some bad patches for him here and there.
A little blip.
Yeah, but you can't underestimate him. You underrate him at your own peril, and we can only wish the Nigerian all the best tomorrow when he locks on with world number 2.
Yeah, he has defeated the 5th seed, and like you rightly pointed, a lot of players that are ahead of him. There was a tournament that, I think the one before this one, he was afraid of meeting Ma Long.
You know, it was same Ma Long that defeated him at the quarterfinals of the 2016 Olympics.
So he was afraid of him, but unfortunately, it was even someone else that defeated him. Ma Long came across Omar Assar, got the job done. But at this point, you want to say he should be ready to face whatever comes, whatever stands in front of him.
Well, he's been there, done that. He has rubbed shoulders with the world best. For someone who gave Ma Long a run for his money, yes, we want to avoid him up until, say, the semi-finals or the finals. But like I did mention earlier, to become the best, you have to beat the best. Let's see what Fan Zhendong would bring up tomorrow, but you should expect it to be quite feisty. And on his day, Aruna can take anyone. We can only wish him all the best.
All right, not only wish him all the best as he continues to trot on right there in Sweden, as he continues to make us proud. We wish him all the best from this end. All right, let's quickly move on the show and talk tennis. Hopefully, we will be joined by the coordinator of Nigeria Tennis League as we go on the show. But let's quickly tell you that the Tennis League is into the semi-finals, and it's been interesting right there in Enugu. Players, I mean, doing themselves proud, getting their teams forward. The competition has entered the semi-final stage. There'll be crucial matches tomorrow and Sunday is a team event, but there are crucial players in each of those teams that will propel some of these teams to move forward. All right, let's pause a little and get some perspective. Godwin Kienka joins us now. He's the coordinator of the Nigeria Tennis League. If you can hear me, good evening. It's nice to have you join us.
Always a pleasure to talk sports with you.
Oh, let's quickly talk to us about the competitions at its semi-final stage, and it's getting interesting. A lot of people are talking about the standard of the tournament. So if you want to compare with the previous edition, what has made this year's own better than the previous ones?
We're actually at the business end of the 2017 edition. We've gone through a very exciting series of round-robin matches in two.
Okay, we'll get back to him lately. He was filling us in with what's been going on in the tennis league. But let me get your thoughts quickly. A lot of players pass through the ranks. This is a tournament that holds here in the country, gives a lot of players the chance, a springboard, to become known and probably go on to do great things later on.
Yeah, we've seen a number of people, like you rightly mentioned, from Jonathan Igbinovia, Abdulmumin Babalola, Mark Lloyd, Sylvester Emmanuel. You can keep mentioning
names, yeah.
These names, but it's like a conveyor. And beyond, they have the staying power to compete favorably.
Keep it going, yeah.
Because you would expect that with the exposure they've garnered locally, that they can compete favorably with their peers on the continent and maybe rise with the ATP ranking, because Nigerian players are far below 1,000 when you look at it critically. But it's a good one what the NCC are doing, as well as the CBN. They have usually competition that they organize and that discover talent and try to keep them exposed and giving them the opportunity of competing in sports, tennis basically, and that platform to actually do well and represent the country.
Let me ask you, without judging anybody, is it enough? You talk about our players not being able to play tournaments to get them ranking points. Most of them struggle to get opportunity to play outside the country. Have we done enough to propel our players here, or is it just a question of talent?
We are quite talented, and corporate organizations and the Nigerian Tennis Federation are doing quite well, but I believe they can still do more.
Yeah.
Because the Lagos Lawn Tennis Championship that is ranked by the ITF held a few weeks back, and Nigerian players didn't go as far as we would have wanted, both for the first futures and the second futures, and that has been happening every now and then. The prize money this year was about $100,000. So much was at stake. But when they meet with international players, they tend to struggle.
To fizzle out. All right, let's continue with our conversation with Godwin Kienka. Is back online. Let me just allow you, finish what you started, your line of thought as we go on the show.
Yes, we're like I said, we are the business end of the competition. Yes, we are the business end of the competition, and we're now in the semi-final stage, and we've had very, very great matches leading up to now, and we have the 4 best teams getting through to the semi-finals. The Nigerian players, if anybody will find the time to watch the tennis league, the one semi-final is in Enugu, the next one, 2nd and 3rd of December, is in Abuja, and then the finals will be in Lagos, 9th and 10th. If anybody will find the time to watch, we will see the very, very impressive level of tennis in Nigeria at this time. I overheard us talking about the standard of the Nigerian players, how we're not doing well internationally. That is because for 10 years we didn't have a system for development. We didn't have a structure in place. We were just, the players were all on their own, no guidance, no help, no nothing. Okay, but now we have established some structures from the junior levels. We have the ITA Junior Tennis Which has been running for 10 years, and we have produced great players like Joseph Inet, Kristen Forbes, Chris Michael, Emmanuel Edoko, etc., who started winning at ages of between 18 and 21, which was what we were aiming for. Now the tennis league has come as a transition to the professional ranks, and then we're spreading top flight tennis across the entire country, 12 cities this time, 12 teams this time. So it's a matter of time. The last Governors' Cup, to see the impact of the league, Joseph Inet beat, who is playing in Enugu tomorrow, beat the player who got to the finals of the first week in the first round of the second week, which tells you that if they, as they begin to build their confidence, they can see that they can also get to the final stages of satellite events, $25,000 tournaments, and then begin to build up their rankings. We now have 8 players in the world rankings, very far in the 1,000s, in the 900s, but that's always a start. We didn't have this 3-4 years ago. Okay, we are in the building process, and it takes a lot of time. And to put this in perspective, with all the money the British Tennis Association had or still have, didn't produce a world-class, like a Wimbledon champion for close to 70-something years. Okay, so it takes a lot of, once you let it go, the sport leaves you, and you have, it's a painstaking, patient process to have the right foundation and get the right collection of talented juniors to protect them into the international scene. And I think we are on the right track with not just the tennis league, but the senior programs that we have in place.
I want to thank you for your time on the show. You have said it all, and I've just been infected with your optimism. And in the years to come, I hope we'll see Nigerian players go as far as we would love them to go. And some of these developments that you talk about, I hope that it will. There will be consistency, and we'll go on from there. Kari, I think there's nothing more to add. It said it all, and you know, we're just hoping that we'll see young players, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, break through, despite being from this part of the world, break through and be among the best of the world.
Well, let's put it quite aptly, saying it's a building block.
Yeah,
that they are putting structure in place, that it's about development. You mentioned the number of players who are in their late teens and early 20s. Yeah. Hopefully in the next 3-4 years, like it's rightly mentioned, we can see a Nigerian player, apart from Luka Odizo from the 80s. No other Nigerian player has made it as far as the Grand Slam. Yeah. We want to get there, and hopefully we have the structures in place to see them do so.